Together we are strong. A long time ago, in a big, green forest, there lived a herd of deer. The leader of the herd was Orenda, a wise and caring stag with big antlers and a brave heart. Orenda loved his herd like family and always tried to keep them safe. The herd trusted him because he always thought carefully before making decisions. But not far from the herd's peaceful home lived a tiger named Morgash. Morgash was big, fierce, and very clever. He was always hungry and watched the deer closely, waiting for a chance to catch one. Morgash had a sneaky way of hunting. He would hide in the bushes and wait for a deer to wander away from the group. Then, he would leap out and grab them. The deer began to live in fear. Every day, they worried about who might be taken next. Orenda knew they couldn't live like this any longer. It was time to think of a way to stop Morgash. One evening, as the sun set and the sky turned orange, Orenda called the herd together under the big banyan tree. All the deer gathered, young and old, with worried looks on their faces. Orenda stood tall and spoke in a calm but firm voice. "My dear friends," he began, "Morgash is strong and dangerous, but we have something more powerful than his claws and teeth. We have each other. If we stay united and work as one, we can protect everyone and make sure no deer is ever left alone. Here's what we'll do." Orenda explained his plan. The herd would never split up. They would always stay close to one another, moving together like a single, strong group. The fastest deer would scout ahead to look for danger, while the strongest deer would stay in the middle to protect the younger ones. The most alert deer would keep watch, ready to warn everyone if Morgash came close. And if Morgash tried to attack, they would confuse him by moving quickly and cleverly, making it impossible for him to catch anyone. The deer listened carefully, and their fear began to fade. They trusted Orenda and agreed to follow his plan. The very next morning, the herd was grazing in a sunny meadow. The grass was soft and fresh, and the deer felt a little safer knowing they had a plan. But Morgash was watching them from the shadows. His sharp eyes focused on a young fawn named Lila, who was nibbling on some grass near the edge of the group. Quietly, Morgash crept closer, his muscles tensing as he prepared to pounce. Suddenly, one of the watchful deer spotted him and gave a loud, clear call, "Tiger! Tiger!" The herd reacted immediately. They formed a tight circle around Lila, with the strongest deer standing at the front to protect her. Morgash prowled around the circle, growling with frustration. He lunged forward, but the deer didn't panic. They stayed close together, their sharp hooves ready to strike. Then, just as Orenda had planned, the herd suddenly scattered in all directions, running in quick, zigzagging patterns. Morgash was confused. He tried to chase one deer, but another darted in the opposite direction. When he turned to chase again, the herd had already regrouped. Morgash was tired and angry. He knew he couldn't outsmart the deer. Finally, with a loud growl, he slunk back into the forest, defeated. The deer cheered and stomped their hooves in celebration. Lila looked up at Orenda with shining eyes and said, "Thank you for protecting me." Orenda smiled and said, "It wasn't just me. We all worked together. That's why we are safe." From that day on, the herd lived happily and without fear. They stayed together, helped each other, and followed Orenda's wise advice. Morgash never dared to attack them again, for he had learned that a united herd was too strong for him. When we work together and care for one another, we can face even the biggest challenges. Just like the deer kept Morgash away by staying united, we can solve problems and stay strong by helping each other and trusting good leadership. Like, share and subscribe for more stories.